Hi, and welcome to Bloggers Creating Courses. I'm your host, Verity Songon. I'm really excited to welcome you to the inaugural episode of this podcast, Bloggers Creating Courses. For this first episode, I wanted to introduce myself and give you a bit of an idea as to what you can expect to hear about in this podcast. The rest of my episodes won't follow this format of me talking about myself, but before we dive into online course creation, which is the crux of this podcast, I thought it was necessary to introduce myself so you knew who would be hosting this podcast and who would be in your ear going forward. So let's kick off with the basics. My name is Verity Songon and I come from a small island called Jersey. We're situated in between England and France, and contrary to popular belief, we speak English and not French. Although, on saying that, if you ever visit, you will notice a lot of French influence over here in our road names and a variety of other things. The island is only 45 square miles, so it can feel a little small at times, but it's home to me. I work as an education consultant, helping businesses and bloggers get their training and education online. I love everything online learning, and at this stage I have created and published a lot of online courses for businesses and for my own business. I found that I kept getting questions from bloggers and hobbyists who wanted to create an online course but didn't know where to start or how to create the course they wanted. So this led me to create this podcast and aptly naming it Bloggers Creating Courses. My intention for this podcast is to share my tips and tricks for creating an online course that meets your needs as an online teacher. I want to help you grow your course audience and help you have a successful online course that meets your goals as a content creator. Whether that's to share knowledge, scale your income, or just dip your toe into the world of online courses, I want this podcast to be useful to you. Some of these episodes will be just me by myself talking about a specific theme surrounding online course creation, but I am hoping to get guests on the show to discuss topics in which they're experts, which will help you with your online course journey as well. On that note, if you have any ideas of what you would like to hear about on this podcast, please get in touch. I'll let you know how to contact me on social media later in the show and also leave links to my social media and contact page in the show notes. If you're interested in what you can learn from this podcast, I would love you to either subscribe to the podcast on whichever platform you're using to listen to this episode. You will receive notifications of new episodes as they're released, which I'm hoping at this stage will be on a weekly basis. You can also subscribe by going to veritysongon.com/subscribe, where you can sign up for my newsletter, which will let you know as soon as a new episode has landed. Finally, if you want to follow me on social media, I seem to be on everything at the moment. I am on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and TikTok. And my handle for all of these is @VeritySongon, or type in Verity Songon on the search and I pop up there. I'm probably most active on Instagram and LinkedIn, but I do check my messages and my notifications for all of the social media platforms. So thank you for tuning in to this first episode. I know it's been short, but as I said, I just wanted to introduce myself to you and get you to have a bit of a flavour as to what this podcast is going to be able to offer you. It's been really great to tell you a little bit more about me and what you can expect from this podcast going forward. I'll look forward to seeing you in the next episode. Until then, happy content creating.